I'm sure all of you can remember the first time your parents or someone elderly told you that, hey, you should design your own signature. You should have a signature of your own. And I'm sure you guys given a lot of thought as to what could be a really good signature. Like, some people would go for a simple basic one, some might go for a catchy one, some might have a big signature, some might have a small signature. But usually in graphological terms, there are only two types of signatures, and that is, first is the legible signature and second is the illegible signature. Now I want all of you to just do your signature twice on your sheet of paper. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna explain you what these two types of signatures mean. Okay, so first is the legible signature. And if you have this kind of a signature, you can see here, when the moment you see this first signature on top, you can read the name of the person very clearly. John Smith. You can really make out the name of the person. So this means that the person has a legible signature, and this indicates that this person has a very good clarity of vision and thought process as he performs his tasks or he works for his goals. Okay, do you understand that? So the if your signature is slightly on the illegible side, if it's halfway there, if you can read the name halfway and the rest you can't, that shows that you tend to like lack a good clarity of vision from time to time. I mean, you may get it back, you may deflect from your path, but so yeah, you need to have a very legible signature, guys. You need to. So if I have to analyze your signature, I I want all of you to have a legible signature, because it will really have a positive impact on you guys. So if I analyze your signature, I want your signature to be a legible one. I should be able to, or anyone should be able to read your whole name. And if you feel comfortable, you can even add a middle name, like your father's initials if you want. And I'm sure some of you might have that. And we'll talk about the illegible signature. So people who have an illegible signature, they often get deflected from their paths, and they lose clarity of their thought process and their vision and what they had decided to do. These people with illegible signatures will often get distracted from the path that they want to be on, and depending on whether the signature becomes legible towards the end or not, that would tell you if the person gains back his clarity of vision or not. So if someone has a signature that starts as illegible and ends with a legible sign, like maybe his name is illegible and his surname comes out as legible, that would mean that the person may be distracted in the beginning, but he eventually would come on the right path and would finish his task with the right set of thoughts and vision. And if it's the other way around, then it just means the same. Like you can understand, like you can make out what it would mean. Like the person would start off with a really clear mindset, and then with time towards the end, he would really get distracted and deflect from his path. Okay, I have a bunch of questions popping in. Rohini has asked, so if we have lines under the signature, like what does it mean? Like I make two lines below and a circle around my first letter. Okay, Rohini, this is very interesting. I hope you don't mind me sharing a quick analysis about what you have written about your signature. So if you encircle the first letter of your signature, like of your name, that shows that you have a slight hiding aspect, that you might not show your true self to others or to people when you meet them. That does not mean that you would be a cheat. It just shows that you would be someone who takes their own time to open up to people. You would not straight up just start talking to people and just share your private life or your personal life. Like you would often hide your true self in the beginning, and you would take your own time. So that's what encircling the first letter indicates. Okay. So, and of course, so I'm sure many of you have an underlining under your signature, like an underlining on your signature, or maybe even if you have two lines, or if you have two lines and two dots, or one line and two dots, it's all a very good sign. So basically, the underlining indicates that the person really wants to achieve success on his or her own self. Like he or she really wants to be herself, be her, his or her own identity, have her own, his or her own identity. Like, yeah. Jason has asked a question: would it be right to say that people with illegible signatures are people who just wing it? Yeah, you can say that, but the thing is, just winging it, I mean, you need, it's a, I need to see the signature for that. I can't tell you like, yeah, 100% people with illegible signature are just winging it. They might not be serious about their future. They might be just living in the present, and that's why the signature could be illegible too. Or they might not be showing their true selves, and they might be shy also. Like there are a lot of aspects you need to see, guys. There's nothing like, okay, if a person has this letter T, that means this person has this level of self-confidence. It's not like that. It gives you the, like you can see the 80% of the picture, but you really need to see the whole handwriting. It's basically like a jigsaw puzzle, guys. You need to accumulate each and every piece, each and every trait that you find by analyzing, and then you form, like, you form a portrait of the person's personality, like an overview of it. Lipika has a question. I've read that people with illegible handwritings tend to be intelligent. Uh, no, this is not particularly true. They can be intelligent, but you need to see their the specific.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the compliment. Yeah, please carry on.
Yeah. 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 All right. So we're gonna go. So this is a handwriting. This is a signature sample, guys. Can you guess who this is? Who this might be? It's very easy, to be honest, because there's bloody White House in here. I just saw that. Anyways, so this is the signature of Donald Trump. As you can see, it comes off as an illegible signature, doesn't it? But isn't it mind-boggling that I was just talking about illegible signatures and how people who have them deflect from their paths and everything? But if you see this and this signature, there are a lot of angles, a lot of just the slant angles. You can see this is not a smooth way of writing. There are a lot of straight lines involved, and there are a lot of cutting edge angles over here, you can see. So this implies that the person is very aggressive. I'm not going to discuss the points that are already mentioned in the right side of the picture, but yes, absolutely, Donald Trump is has a very aggressive personality, and he lacks empathy as well. And yeah, he does not have an underlining, but because the reason for that is that when he became an adult, he joined his own father's business. He did not start from scratch, and that's why he didn't feel the need to underline. So people who have an underlining, they really want to make a name for themselves. Like they really want to achieve things by themselves. But Donald Trump does not have an underlining because he just took his father's business, and yeah, he did make a lot out of it. But yeah, that's the reason he does not have an underlining.